Hey, Daddy, let me talk.
Oh, man.
Taco Show Day. I can't wait to get on that ride. Later, their champions go Alfonso. I'm going to be on some more later. But my man, he's a winner just like me.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Metal Taco Show here on a Monday evening. I got a special guest with me tonight. He was with me a couple of nights ago on the show. We was doing the live show out in location outdoors on the phone, but we are here live in the studio. We're going to talk a little bit of wrestling. We're going to talk a little about a little rock and roll metal music for you guys. Let me get my camera on here. There we go. I'm back. The fuzzy man is back here. All right, I'm gonna bring the man, can't even speak tonight. He's got to have an intro, so I got an intro for him here before he pops in here. Let me get it in here for him. He's all rock and roll. Let me find it. Oh crap! I thought I had it for him. Crap! I didn't erase it? Did I? Shoot! Oh, here it is. Here he is, Ronnie the Man. What's up, man? You're in there. You know, you're one of them guys in there.
I'm in there somewhere.
You're in there. You and Eric and I think Devin's in there too. What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot, man. How you been?
Good, man. I got a little cough from the other day. Went to the beach and swallowed about a ton of seawater and sand. So I think I got a barnacle reef in my lungs right now. But yeah, I'm doing a little good. Doing good. Man, it's good to see you, man. We're back in the studio like old days, man.
I know.
How'd you like to see? I did the little intro. That was if you see how they did the intro, it's retro. That was me and Eric's first intro, and then I updated. Went from retro all the way to like newer version. I had this, remembrance, Eric, because I always got to remember him. Every time we do a show, old school. We started out this stuff together and that, and this is awesome, man. We're here live. I sent Joseph a link too because we did that. Joseph did that stream with us when we did the white collar interview and all that.
Yep.
So I told him, I said, come on in, man. We're going to be talking some he's a big wrestling fan anyway. And he's seen more shows than me and you combined, man. That man's seen my Iron Maiden like 20 or 30 times, man. He's like a roadie for Iron Maiden and all that. So he's seen some big one stuff. He's seen some big stuff. So, and we're just going to talk about a little bit tonight about that band Alice. I put it up. I don't know how we might not be able to play the music because the copyright thing, but we're going to see a little bit of the video or something. We can snip it a little bit in there if we show the people.
Hey, Tuck, can you turn your mic up a little bit? You're awfully quiet over there.
Oh, you can hear me?
I can hear you, but not very loudly. I don't know if it's you or me.
It might be me. Let me see. You know how these shows are. We're a shit show, just barely getting. Let me see, guys. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're just a little quiet.
I'm a little quiet. Can you hear me now? Better now?
Yeah, about the same.
About the same. Let me see. Hello. In the.
Let me check my. Maybe it's me. Let me check my settings here.
Anybody in the chat? Got 4 people watching. It's probably me, you know what me. If I go off, it's a sorry internet. But all right, yeah. All right, here we go. What's going on, Walking Testimony? What's up, man? Here, what you doing, man? I appreciate you coming on in. Can anybody hear me in the chat, or is it me? No, I can't hear you. You can't hear me either one? Man, what's going on? Nobody can hear me? Or this is starting to turn out to a crap show. Let me see. All good. You can hear me? You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. It's just really more on the quiet side.
Typical shit show, man. I'm sorry about that, guys. You know how it is. When you live out here in the BFE land, you just got an owl.
That's why I got out of there.
Yeah, how it is, man. Crappy internet, man. All right. But yes, we're back live like we used to be, trying to get this show going back, trying to get it out of the gutter and back into the heights of prosperity. But yeah, man, how you doing? And I know last little talk we was going to talk a little wrestling. Did you see WrestleMania? I didn't get to see it.
I did, yes.
And snippets. I think there was a show last night. Was it the AEW maybe?
Probably, yeah.
Probably that one. Good. I haven't really kept up with wrestling too much. I haven't been to a show since last October. We had the memorial show at CCW in Port St. Lucie, Eric. I have not been to a show. I haven't watched anything. I mean, except on YouTube, whatever. I know Roman Reigns lost. Oh, sorry for if I spoiled that for anybody. So we got Cody, Cody the man. So he's I guess running the show now.
Yep.
And I guess Vince is in jail. That's the last I know.
Well, not in jail. He probably won't see a day of jail, but he's out and he's never coming back.
Yeah. My wrestling right now is little behind days, but you were telling me it's getting better. It's
definitely improving.
Some of what we used to talk about. I know me and you used to talk about stuff, and it was down in the dumps, man. It was like wrestling behind the Walmart parking lot, in the back behind the Walmart or something. It was getting pretty bad.
More like Save-A-Lot.
Save-A-Lot. Bum fights out there behind the dumpster or something. That's about the quality we were getting. But so it's getting better. So would you rate this WrestleMania? I mean, 1 out of 10. Well, see, I don't like it because you got 2 days now. I liked it back when it was 1 day WrestleMania. So
Yeah, I think I went to the last one that was 1 day.
And in Orlando, was that the
The one in
Orlando?
Orlando, yeah.
Yeah, Orlando and then Tampa. It was in Tampa twice, I think it was. Because
Well, it was supposed to be in Tampa in 2020, and they canceled because of COVID. They had the Performance Center, but they went back. I think like the year. I think it was like either the next year or the year after they went.
and
They were going to be in LA, and they changed it to Tampa because they had to scrap it at the last minute. So they brought it back to Tampa for everybody.
yeah, and that show, Eric and Sean went. And they said it rained both days, I believe.
Yeah,
it was a
it
flood
did.
out. Well, I appreciate you coming on in, Basco. Sorry about that. Appreciate you coming in, guys. Welcome, Tessa. I appreciate you coming in. I had that little technical issue at the beginning with the volume, but appreciate you guys coming on in here. I remember him. I was going to go to that show, but somehow I had to work or something. I just couldn't go to it. But I was glad because he said show was so, and then the rain. It was, just 2 days of rain and all. It was not very enjoyable. Yeah. I mean, that's the point about having it in stadiums. It's always better having in those arenas and stuff than having the stadium. I mean, yes, you can get more people, but you pay with the weather. I guess this year did have a little rain before it or something.
No rain. It was the first night was cold as hell. It was like in the 40s with like a 15-mile-an-hour wind.
You can say the F word, man. We're already 15 minutes.
I know, man. I'm trying to keep it family friendly the best I can, anyway.
Yeah, as long as you don't say it as long as you don't say the first 5 minutes, and you don't get deemed. Yeah, you're okay. Friend told me that. You said, as long as you don't say it, just don't start the show off with the F word. You're okay. You're okay. Yeah. Sometimes I guess YouTube just watches, for that first 5 minutes, if you hear the 4-letter word at the beginning, they're like, that ain't gonna work. So you said it was decent, then I guess.
Yeah, I'd say it was a solid 8.
Solid 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody out in the crowd or in the audience? Did y'all see WrestleMania and what did you think about it? Or do we have any wrestling fans out there? I know Joe probably. If Joe comes in, he'll know about it because I know he watched it. But I guess is it still on Peacock? I guess I could go back.
Yeah, it's still so for now. Yeah, until I think another year or two. I think then it's going to go over to Netflix.
Netflix. But that's just Raw, isn't it?
No, it's going to be the whole thing.
Oh, okay. So I thought SmackDown was still going to be USA. I thought they went to USA or something.
I don't know. It's possible. I think eventually, I think the plan is for the whole thing to go to Netflix. It might be. I think they might be on. I'm trying to remember. I know I read an article about it here not long ago, right after the deal was announced. I think it was. They might. I think they still have a deal with Fox.
Yeah, and they're going to get the network. Won't they get the network too? Or don't they get the?
I think they're going to CW.
Oh, CW, the NXT.
Yes.
NXT. And NWA too. The one got Smashing Pumpkins, the one he owns, is going to be on CW also.
Yep.
I think so. And then I guess AEW is going to have the deal. They're going to have their streaming through the Max, the Warner Brothers Max. I seen they're supposed to sign some deal with them, so they'll have their.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised that they didn't go to ESPN with because UCF Ultimate Fighting Championships on ESPN. I'm surprised they didn't do a full deal with them, but who knows?
Well, the deal is that they're all under the same umbrella, but they're going to be operated as completely separate entities. So they probably didn't want to have the two on the same network competing with one another.
Yeah. So do you think Vince is done?
Oh, he's done. He's done.
I heard he's wanting to start his own another company up. I've heard that rumor.
Not going to happen.
You don't think so?
No, there's no one's going to touch him with a 10-foot pole. He's not going to get TV. anywhere. Doesn't matter how much money he's got. Let's put it this way. On night 2 of WrestleMania, Stephanie came out.
There he
And
is.
Joe, my man, what's up?
Joe,
Hey,
we need, yeah,
bro.
I got somebody to talk some wrestling here. I know he knows some wrestling.
Nice. How's it going, gentlemen?
What's
Pretty
going
good,
on?
man. Long time.
Yeah, very long time.
Old times, man. Old times.
Yep.
We were talking WrestleMania. I hadn't seen it yet, but Ronnie, I know you have. I know you've seen it, Joe. I know you've had to seen it already.
I saw the first night, and I caught about half of the second night because I was god awful sick that weekend, and I got up to the introductions for the U.S. title match, and at that point, I was so sick I had to tap out and go to bed at that point. So Natalie and I have it on our agenda to finish watching the rest of it. We just haven't gotten to it yet.
They just call it the Samoan Wrestling Organization, pretty much. It's going to be pretty much all Samoans pretty soon. Bloodline rules. Bloodline rules.
Hey, if they keep going the way they've been going lately, they can keep going with that. Because I mean, I will have to be honest. Their product lately has been quite excellent.
It has.
Well, isn't Jacob going there next? The one is from CCW. Isn't he signed with WWE now too?
I believe he is.
Yes, I was just reading something about that, I think, earlier today.
Yeah, I seen him over in the CCW on the coast. Yeah, he was always wrestling with Gangrel and all that. But I was like, it makes sense. I mean, I know the Samoan, the grandfathers, they have a wrestling organization up in Orlando. So I know pretty much all their sons and grandsons and all, they're going to be pretty much grabbing them all to go to the WWE. It makes sense because I think it's going to have The Rock. Rock's going to be in charge of one of them, and probably Roman Reigns will come back as a good guy and he'll take over Uso brothers, and they'll have their own little one.
Yeah, I mean,
I can see that happen.
It's just amazing to me. I mean, just since WrestleMania, when you think about it, as to how many people, how fans and everybody were pissing all over Roman Reigns up until WrestleMania, and now they're starting. Now that he's on a sabbatical or whatever it is, now they're starting to really realize how good this guy actually is with that tribal chief character and everything else like that. Now that he's not around and all that, did anybody really think that they would go from, people hating on him to like on SmackDown the other night when they're chanting, "We want Roman" and all that? Mm-hmm. You're like, damn.
But I don't want him as a good guy, though. I don't like him. I like him better as a bad guy than a good guy.
No, he's one of those guys that, when he was coming up as the face, and they were trying to force him down your throats and everything else like that in his days with the Shield and everything else, everybody fucking hated him and everything else like that but then, it's kind of like with Rock and Austin and all these other guys that once you let them be themselves and let their actual personalities come out, that's when you get the best out of them. And with the whole tribal chief thing, that has been like the best thing for Roman Reigns. He fits right into it. He plays that asshole that you want to hate, but you can't help but freaking love it, man.
Absolutely. Some of the best work of his career right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And the more he kept becoming more of an asshole as the tribal chief, the more I freaking loved it and all that, man. And then you get Heyman, adding his piece into it, and then the whole way they pivoted with the whole backlash, to the original WrestleMania plan with The Rock and Roman Reigns, just the way Triple H and them in the company, along with The Rock, because apparently The Rock was also in on the change and all that with the whole planning and everything. The way they pivoted and they ran with that, I have to say that has to have been one of the best WrestleMania buildups in I don't know how long. I mean, since you were literally glued from like the Royal Rumble all the way up until WrestleMania itself. There was like no period where you were like bored of it and all that. You were always hanging on to see what are they going to do next. And now even with the Rock on his, going back to Hollywood and everything like that, he's still on Instagram pimping this shit and all that.
I know.
And you gotta love it. I mean, even the video he did today was, the freaking final boss cake and all the pictures and all that. That was just freaking gold and all that,
Oh yeah. He busted out the old outfits, with the cowhide and all that. It was man, I love that. Boy, he got raw too, man. He, we ain't seen that side of the Rock in a long, long time. Man. I was like, wow. Rock.
Hollywood Rock was when he was like at his best and all that. It's like I was saying with Reigns. You want to hate the guy for being such an asshole, but you have to love it at the same time. Mm-hmm. And including, the whole thing they did with his music and all that, where they incorporated his old school theme and then did that breakdown where it goes into the Hollywood Rock theme and all that. And all that. I was just like, give me that all day and twice on Sunday. I'm a happy camper and all that. So and now you're just holding on to, thinking, okay, when are they going to, have The Rock come back and they pull that trigger and all that, which personally, I think they're going to milk this probably until Royal Rumble.
They'll probably have him coming back around SummerSlam. To kind of, just like to show himself around.
Start milking it.
Exactly. And I think at that point they're going to start building it to like the Rumble. And then after the Rumble, they're going to milk it all the way to WrestleMania.
Yeah, because I could see the scenario playing out where they milk it, they get to Royal Rumble, Rock gets the belt, by hook or by crook somehow, and I could just see them playing this scenario where you don't hear a damn thing from Roman Reigns, and then all of a sudden Reigns enters the Rumble, wins it, he forces the match with The Rock. And then you get that Rock Roman Reigns main event that they wanted to do. And then this time, I don't think anybody's going to bitch about it. I think everybody's going to be on board.
Yeah. He'll get Cody will be looking for his another story.
Right. I mean, and to hear people already complaining about Cody Rhodes being quote unquote boring after like 2 weeks, I'm like, come on, people. He hasn't even had a damn title defense yet. Or what you call an official title defense. That's like, give the man time, to have his moment after, this whole 3-year journey he's been on.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to that match with him and AJ. That's going to be a good one, I think.
That's going to be a banger. And all that. I mean, like I said, what Triple H is doing now that he doesn't have, Vinnie Mac up his ass interfering with everything. So far, it's all for the most part being gold so far. And like I said, I'm on board for it.
I was just telling Tuck before you came on, Joe, that because he was asking if I thought Vince was ever going to come back. And I said, well, let's put it this way: on night 2 to open the show, Stephanie came out to the ring and said, that she's been part of WrestleMania since she was a little girl, blah blah blah. It's like this is the first year it feels different because this is the first year with the Paul Levesque era, and it's gonna be better than ever. And like she basically threw her dad, under the bus and saying,
"Wow."
Well, also now that Vince is basically, I don't know if the transaction has actually gone through or not, but he's put all his remaining stock in TKO up for sale.
Yeah, I don't think it's gone through yet, but I know he did put the remaining stock up for sale.
He's gone, good riddance at this point,
Yeah, I was asking somebody before on a show, how they did Chris Benoit, where they pretty much like just avoided him and everything. I said, but the only problem, you can't really do that with Vince because you would have pretty much erased pretty much all of WWE's history because Vince was so tied into everything.
True, but there's also a huge substantial. I've heard people complaining about that too, and I'm like, if you can't figure out the difference between what Benoit did and what Vince did, that's on you. Because I'm sorry, whacking your wife and your kids will always be a lot worse than having some inappropriate sex with an employee. All that, I'm sorry.
Him and Brock, I guess Brock Lesnar's part of that thing too, right? What I'm understanding.
Allegedly
so, and all that, but
but they're still mentioning Brock, and Brock's is coming back.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I mean, there's
supposedly.
even Triple H was saying here, I think like a week or so ago, it's like Brock's just doing his thing on his ranch, like he's he's got nothing going on right now, but doesn't mean that we won't do business again in the future. So Brock is not. I mean, so I'm guessing maybe more stuff has come to light about that part of his involvement, even though he was never technically named. It was heavily implied, obviously. But obviously to the point where they're not closing the book on him, saying nope, never again.
Right.
They're still working with Goldberg too, right? I saw something.
No, Goldberg will not come back.
He's not.
And thank God for that.
Goldberg. Apparently Goldberg. I was just reading an article, earlier tonight, because you say he would never go to AEW.
Yeah, I saw
that. But apparently, he's still pissed off because he was supposedly he was promised a retirement match by Vince, and Vince, I guess, said no, they weren't going to do it. Which thank God, because the last couple of matches he had there were just god awful.
Oh yeah.
So it's like the fact that he was killed Taker in Saudi Arabia.
Well, the only question is, was there ever a good Goldberg match?
No, never. There was one. There was one. And that was back when he was in WCW. And I don't know if you remember this or not, Joe, when Regal made an ass of him on national TV.
I'll have to try to find that one. That one I might actually enjoy.
Regal out there and just made him look like a damn jackass for 3.5 minutes because he just used wrestling holds on him and just frustrated the hell and wouldn't let him touch him because Regal can do that. Because he's that type of shooter.
Yeah.
And it's made him look foolish, and I loved it. I loved every second of it.
Yeah, that sounds like my kind of match.
Over it. That's why he went. That's when he wanted to go to WWE afterwards. But I loved it because he wanted to prove a point. He's like, everyone's Goldberg's so great. I'm like, no, he's not, and I'll prove it. He's like, no one that looks like me should be able to do what I did to someone who looks like him, but I just did it.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go find that one.
Yeah, they might have scrubbed it. I have no idea, but it was liquid gold.
Probably in the vault. It's probably in the vault in that.
And it might be. I don't know. I know they were. It was never referenced on TV again after that.
Oh, okay. Just check for the network's vault or something on that. Yeah. So, Joe, have you? What's the last wrestling events you went to? Have you been to these independent shows or anything?
So I'm trying to think. I think the last one we actually went to was the one we went to with Eric's sister.
No, when I was there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the last couple of shows that have come up for whether it be CCW or NXT. We've had conflicts for each one. That.
Are they on the same night? They're on the same night. They've been putting them on the same night.
The last NXT show wasn't on the same night, and CCW, the one last week, wasn't on the same night as NXT.
That was a good show. That was a good show. I didn't go to it, but they had a
I heard it was. Yeah, I heard it was really good and all that, but we had a prior commitment that we had to go to for the sheriff's office. The last NXT show I think was Good Friday, and we had another commitment that night. And then I think the last NXT prior to that in December, and I think that was a night that both CCW and NXT were on the same night. But that was the same night as the sheriff's office Christmas party, so we were already booked there. And all that. It just seems that
it was funny because Sean and Matthew, they were going to both shows, and he was like, the NXT was terrible, so they left that and went to the CCW show. I was like, wow. I said, but Bro and Gangrel and all, Bro was won $50 for autographs there.
Yeah, and that's not surprising, and all that. And hey, God bless him if somebody's willing to pay it. God bless him and all that.
More power to you.
Gangrel had too. He had a 50. I was like, I've been there and met Gangrel many times, and he was now $50. I was like, wow, he's even got getting the money in there.
It's like, dude, you won over $50 when you were in your prime with WWE.
I've met him 2 or 3 times, and and got autographs. It was free, unless you bought a shirt or something. Oh, somebody's echoing. Who's it? Somebody's echoing. But it looked like Matthew's got a lot of those guys on his show now. I have not been able to go to one of his shows, but he's getting his promotion pretty big too there up in Boca Raton.
Yeah, sorry, I lost you guys there for a moment with my earbuds and all that for some reason. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What were you talking about? Matt and his promotion?
Yeah, he's starting to get it pretty big. He's getting a lot of big names coming on there. I was watching.
And Natalie. Yeah, Natalie and I keep wanting to get down to hit one of his shows too. It's just it always turns out to be the same night we have a conflict. All that.
Yeah,
it always works out that way.
Yeah. Plus, he also runs his shows mostly on Sundays.
There it is, right there.
Which makes it even worse because
he found it for you.
Ah.
There it is.
February 9th, 1998.
What's my favorite? He found it, man, right there.
Nice.
I think he's got it on. I think he's got it on that too. No. Let me see. Dave, what's going on, brother? Let me see. Yeah, he's got it on that YouTube.
Oh, you didn't get the link.
Got the link for it on it there too, you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, shoot me the link, man. I'll check that out later.
1998. Ooh, that's been a long time. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Damn it, that's a long time.
Yeah, I was about to say, but you run, get me to, you bring up Goldberg, and I was about to start a Jade Cargill rant and all that. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man, it was the old days. Ronnie, we were young bucks back in them days, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
We were a little young. We're younger than we are now.
Oh, yeah. Well, yesterday I was younger than I am now, so that really doesn't make much difference.
Oh, Lordy. Yeah, Matt, I haven't had a chance to go down there. I almost went to one, but like I said, it's always a bad day. I mean, I think Eric went, him and Sean went to one of them down there, but it's just, it always is a tied up bad day. It's like, Monstar over his show over in Fort Myers. He always invite me, come on over to my show, but he has it on a Tuesday night. I was like, dude, you know how hard it is to go on Fort Myers on a Tuesday night, man?
Exactly.
That's a long drive in the first place, but on a Tuesday night, that's not an easy night to do it on. So,
especially from this side of the coast, man, because I know you're a little closer in Okeechobee, but.
Yeah,
from like Port St. Lucie, that's like a 3.5 hour drive one way and all that.
But on a Tuesday, it gets over at 10, 11 o'clock at night, man. That's like, I was like, dude, I got to be working the next morning. That's tough, man.
Right.
That's a tough. And that was when I was still working for Save-A-Lot. So I was like, I said,
so you weren't even getting out till 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I was like, man, I don't know if I can do it, man. That's a tough haul. But I know I know they're going another CCW show coming up in May. I think it's in a second show coming up on there. They're pretty good shows. They're pretty good shows. I mean, I really enjoy them. They're pretty decent. They got a good Cha Cha Charlie. They have a good little crew in there.
Yeah, and some of them were also with Matt's promotion and all that too. They work both of them and all that. So you get to see some pretty good guys there and all.
Matt's tied up. He's got Bull. Remember Bull? He has him all the time and all. Him and what's his name? He's got all those guys. I mean, I'm sure I bet Bro will be at his next show. I guarantee.
More than likely.
because Bro goes down to Matt's house and hangs out and all that stuff. So I'm sure he'll probably be in next show, and a lot of those guys. Gangrel's at almost every show for his and all that. So
Right.
pretty cool. Pretty cool. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, it's like, well, that's really cool. You know, knowing somebody running their own promotion. I remember Matt had that one picture. Him and Vince ate a steakhouse over in West Palm Beach. It was like a year or two ago. I remember he posted that picture.
Mm-hmm.
He probably taking that down now, but
Yeah.
No, Matt's a great guy and all that.
Yeah.
You know,
really good guy. He's a really good.
you know
guy.
him and Neil are, you know, they.
Neil.
Plus, you know, I'll give Matt and Neil credit too. Their podcast they got a good podcast too.
And Neil gets into it, man. I didn't know Neil was like that, man, until I started watching him doing stuff. It's like, damn, Neil, because Neil was always, when I talked to him, he was all quiet and just to himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, dude, he gets into that pretty damn much, man. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I said, he's into character.
Yeah, gets into that Neil the Heel character and everything like that. Because I think I was listening to one of them a couple months back. I think it was the one where they got Dylan to go to actually do a dental appointment with, or they bet him he wouldn't do a doctor's appointment, dentist appointment with Britt Baker.
Yeah.
And all that. And so, yeah, I think they offered him like some sort of package or something if he actually did it. And he called in and he did it and he was talking about it and everything else like that. And Neil's like, this ain't enough proof and all that. I think we should like disqualify him and not give him the prize and everything like that. I was like, oh man, Neil just getting into that character.
Oh yeah. That's cool. That is awesome. Oh lordy. Well, the other topic we was going to talk about is a little rock and roll. Ronnie's going to go see this band here pretty soon called Alice. It's AL with a 1 C and an E. So that's the name of the band. I was going to put a post up, pull it up a little bit. But I know I was telling Ronnie, I said, Joe, man, he's seen more concerts than us both combined. You know, I know I said he's seen Maiden like 20 or 30 times, haven't you already?
Yeah, it's close to that.
But they ain't coming. They're not coming to Florida. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm surprised because usually every tour they either kick off or end it in Sunrise and all that, or just about every tour they do some sort of a Florida date. Like with the last one, they ended it in Tampa and all that, which was one phenomenal show, and that worked out perfect for my vacation, which was even better because the wife and I went to that show and then we flew out to Buffalo the next day and all that. So it worked out great and all that. But yeah, I was really shocked when I saw the tour dates and I'm like, hardly any damn thing. I think the closest thing in the Southeast is Charlotte.
Yeah. Well, they might do a second leg. They always sometimes do a second leg of it. So I know they always come to Florida, because what's his name has that? Does he have the barbecue shop down there in Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah, Nico McBrien. Yeah, he has his rock and roll ribs down there, which is excellent.
Yeah, I was going to say.
If you've never been down there and you're an Iron Maiden fan, that is like an Iron Maiden museum when you go into that place. The way he's got it set up with like all the decor and the albums and memorabilia and everything on the walls. And I know at one point he had a smaller version of one of his drum kits in there. But I think they took it out at one point to make a little bit more room. I mean, it's a small place, but it's freaking awesome.
Well, me and Eric went down there for 1 year for the show. Do they go down there like some bands when they have like restaurants and stuff? I know Vince still used to go to his place in Clematis Street. Do they go in there like before the show or after the show sometimes and jam a little bit or anything?
No, not on show day. But what Nico does is every year in December, usually I think the second Saturday in December, he has his own little side project that he calls Titanium Tart.
Oh, okay.
And they do a lot of Iron Maiden covers and some of their own stuff and all that, and he holds what he calls an anniversary show for Rock and Roll Ribs.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, like I said, it's usually the second Saturday in December, and he gets them and a whole bunch of different local bands, and they do like a mini festival type thing out there, just right outside of the building in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And all that, and then he'll take time, do autographs and stuff like that. It's basically a meet and greet. But there's a lot of times when Maiden is not on tour that he's actually in the restaurant, and there have been times that other members of the band, if they happen to be in the area, will actually stop by and hang out in the restaurant and all that.
Nice.
So, but we were down there. The one time we went down there a couple years ago for a Sabres game. I mean, we were mad. It turned out we missed Nico by like 30 minutes. We got there like 30 minutes after he had left for the day. And all that. And I was like, damn, man.
Wow. Wow. I bet you there'll be a second leg of that tour, probably first of 2025, and they'll be here. Because I was saying they sell out Tampa and Fort Lauderdale. I think both those shows sell out. I mean, they were packed when we were there. So I mean, I guarantee.
Yeah, I don't know about 2025, however, because they've already announced that Bruce is going to do his U.S. leg of his solo tour in 2025. So, so if they were to do anything, and plus they haven't been to Asia yet for the Future Past tour. So chances are they would probably in 2025, if Maiden were to do anything, it would probably be Asia.
Have they been South America yet? They've been. I know they always go down to South America and all that.
I think they actually have South America. They have some dates in South America along with the North American ones.
Got it. Those
this year.
Those concerts go wild down there. I've seen them go down there. They're down in Chile and all that. Man, those people go crazy. Right. Man. They put us U.S. rock and rollers to shame down there. The crowds and it's unbelievable. Now his solo tours, is he coming to Florida for his solo tour? I don't know, but I didn't see that.
They have not announced any dates yet. They've just announced that he's going. Yeah, because right now the only thing he's got booked right now is Europe. Because he's doing his solo thing. Steve Harris is going to do a tour with his side project, British Lion, and they're going to be in Europe. And then from what I read earlier, Bruce has announced he's going to do U.S. solo tour in 2025. So you probably won't see those dates announced till later this year.
Yeah.
And all that. But if he does come to Florida, I'm definitely going to try to check out that show. Oh, yeah. Although he'll be playing like smaller clubs or something like that.
Probably maybe West Palm Beach, maybe that size.
It could be like one of the clubs down at Palm Beach or possibly Orlando, maybe. As long as it's not fucking Janice Live, because that's one venue I absolutely refuse to go to.
You don't think it would do like the amphitheater? You don't think it's big enough to do the amphitheater?
I don't think it's big enough for an amphitheater. Okay. And all that. I don't know if you would get that much unless he was a support act. This is when him and Steve do solo tours, and like say even Steve with British Lion, it's more of a club thing.
Club, okay.
And all that. So it'll be interesting to see when that new Bruce Dickinson album is a freaking banger. I'll say that right now. It's Mandrake Project. It is really good. It's a very good concept album and all that. Some really good bangers on there and all that. But so if you haven't heard it, check it out. It is really good.
Cool, guys. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I that's why I tell everybody. I said, you get a chance to see Maiden, that's something you need to watch at least one time in your life. That's an awesome show.
Oh yeah, and the only thing was that when they do get to the Future Past tour here in the States, like you were saying, those audiences overseas and South America, everything like that, those are some diehard fans and shit. Sadly, yeah, Europe, everything else. The sad part is that here in the States, you'll have the audience will bitch about half the set list and all that, and I'm like, yeah, they're gonna bitch about every song played off Senjutsu and all that, because the set list is basically half Senjutsu, half Somewhere in Time, with a few extra classics thrown in and all that. And I'm like, yeah, the fans here will be like, they play too many fucking Senjutsu songs, and I'll be like, shut the fuck up, okay?
Exactly.
I'm
it's
like
when I saw them, they did, what was the album? It was the futuristic album. The what's it? Damn it, the one that looks like he's the alien from it's like with a space helmet.
Final Frontier
Tour. That's the one we saw, and they played a lot of songs, but they still played a lot of their classics, though. I mean, it was good. I mean, the stage show was amazing. I know everybody says Kiss show is like, Kiss, but Kiss don't sound good. Their stage show's cool, but they don't sound. I said Maiden sounds good. That's what I'm saying. Their stage show is amazing. Plus the sound is still there.
Yeah, see, the one thing you will never catch Iron Maiden doing, and that's lip syncing the backing tracks. You are never gonna, or faking it to backing tracks. Yeah, they're not gonna get up there and pull a Kiss and all that. You know, I was about to say
that or Motley Crue, man. Vince sound like he's on like a squealing pig, man.
Vince looks like a squealing pig now.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I was about to say.
And they got rid of Mick Mars. They got rid of the wrong person. They got rid of his ass.
Well, it doesn't really matter, because it's also the bass is on Memorex. Or, allegedly Tommy's drums are on Memorex. You know, and all that. So it's like, but. Well, like I was saying with you're saying the show you went to Maiden and all that, because if you went to the one down in Sunrise, I was at that show too.
Yeah.
And all that, and I freaking loved it and all that. But it's like every time you go to a Maiden tour and it's not a quote unquote throwback tour, you just hear everybody bitch about, oh, they play too much new shit. It's like, well, of course they're going to promote the new shit. The tour is for the new shit and all that.
But they played.
It's not a nostalgia tour.
They played a lot of classics. It's like when I saw Metallica and they played the Deathmatic tour. They played a lot from that, but they played all the classics. I mean, they still played what people wanted to hear.
And then you get those fans who will sit there and they will bitch about certain songs that get played all the time. Like, there's with Maiden, there's the complaint song. They always play The Trooper. They always play Fear of the Dark. They always play.
They have to.
They always play right. And the thing is like Nico McBrain put out a video about it. I think when they were doing I'm trying to remember. I think when they were doing the Book of Souls tour, and he put out a video about the set list and everything, and he explained it. When you're building a set list, he's like, you've got to keep in mind that there are certain standards that they are always going to play no matter what. It's going to be in every tour. You're going to have the Trooper in every set list. You're going to have Fear of the Dark in every set list. Iron Maiden, so much. Wasted Years, they've swapped in and out over the years. And all that, but there's like 4 or 5, Number of the Beast, Fear of the Dark, Iron Maiden, the Trooper. Well, Run of the Hills has actually been swapped out a few times, and all that. And the one year, I think for it was actually for the Book of Souls tour because of the legal issues that was going on at the time. I think that was the first time since it came out that they actually swapped out Hallowed Be Thy Name.
Oh, wow.
And all that. And like Nico was saying, he was like, these are the songs that get crowd reaction, that your casual fan knows and all that. And the casual fans are going to react to them. And no matter how much you want to be a diehard, you want to bitch about certain songs, they're getting played. Steve is not changing his mind and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Trooper. You got to play the Trooper. That's like their. That's their
Right.
one of
There,
many songs.
right. There are like signature songs that are going to get played. And all that.
I'd be like Kiss not playing the Rock and Roll All Night Long. That's their signature song. You got to have that song, man.
Right. And, and I remember the tour when it was the rare tour when they did not close with that.
Oh, wow.
And some people got pissed off about it. And I was like, well, when you saw what they actually did at the end of the show, you really couldn't complain about it. And that was the Revenge Tour. In '92, they took Rock and Roll All Night. And they actually played it about 3/4 of the way through the set versus it being the last song of the night and all that. But they also did at the actual end of the show where they would normally play, Rock and Roll All Night. They did Love Gun instead, and then they closed the show with the Star Spangled Banner and all that, and had this whole thing where their stage setup for that tour was basically like where they had the speakers, the stage design and all that, like an apocalyptic New York City with the Statue of Liberty as the centerpiece in the background. And halfway through the show during War Machine, they blow up the Statue of Liberty, and it's like the Terminator robot underneath it.
Oh, wow.
So at the end of the show, while Kulik's, doing the Star Spangled Banner and all that, during the very end of it, was it during Detroit? I think it was during Detroit Rock City they actually did it. Towards the end of it, you have the torch come, blow up off the robot. You see, or off the Terminator. The Terminator's fist has exploded. The next thing he's flipping off the crowd and all that. So it was a really cool effect that they did with it on that tour. But yeah, it's like some fans will bitch about the stupidest shit and all that. And the problem with American audiences is American audiences are conditioned to just, when they go to a concert, they just want the hits, and nothing but the hits. And it's like, you play something that's not a hit and all that. It's like, they're like sitting on their hands and I don't want to hear it and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you got to open your minds.
Not in Chile or Rio, man. You get trampled if you do that.
Right, exactly.
Well, Ronnie,
let's.
Go
ahead, my friend. Go ahead, man.
No, I was going to tell Ronnie. I put this thing up there about this band Alice. I was going to let him explain. He knows a little more about them than I do, so I was going to let him explain the band and
Well, it's hard to pigeonhole them into a particular genre. They have like a little. I mean, if you listen, I don't know if you listen to any of the stuff I sent you.
Yeah.
Let's say they got like a little bit of a little bit of metal in there, a little bit of like electronic in there. They have it's a very interesting mishmash of stuff they have going on. But the lead singer Sasha, man, she's got a friggin' voice on her.
See if I can play. Guys, I'm gonna let y'all go to. Y'all can listen to it. I'm just doing a little bit of the video because if I play it, how YouTube is, they'll ding and they'll knock us down real quick. This is a time right here. Pretty cool. I like a gothic a little bit, Ronnie. I mean, gothic.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know if I froze it up.
Yeah, sorry. I'm listening to the song in my head right now.
Oh, okay. I thought I knocked the volume off. Guys in the chat, I'm not playing the music because you know how YouTube is. But go check them out, Alice. This is the video.
Actually, someone posted the website in the chat. David posted their website and their YouTube channel.
Yeah, Dave was on the other night when we was talking about him. But,
thank you, Dave. I appreciate you putting it on there.
Really, really cool. I mean, they sound really cool. And Ronnie's going to go see these guys in Fort Walton Beach, right up there in
this weekend.
City area. This weekend is this coming?
Yes,
weekend?
It's this Saturday.
Oh, okay, cool. Now it's going to be like pretty it's in a club, right? A club.
Yeah, something like a club.
Okay. And supposedly, you said they're coming to Tampa pretty soon too. So
I know. I think but Tampa's not going to be anything until like sometime in the fall, like late
fall.
summer, early fall. I think. Like maybe like around September-ish. I want to say.
So it's cool, guys. A new upcoming band. Did I lose Joseph? I don't know if I lost Joseph, but he'll pop back in here.
Yeah, he'll pop back in a minute.
Yeah, he'll pop back in there. He must have internet issues. But yeah, guys, check them out. Like I said, if I play them, YouTube will knock us down, and we won't even be able to have this stream. But look, they sound really good. I've checked a couple of their songs out. There was another song on it was really good. I liked it. Where is it at?
Yeah, because the Dropbox that I linked to you, man, that's their newest album.
Yeah, this one was pretty cool too. This one's song right here. It's where's that?
Electronic. That's my.
This one's pretty.
I'm gonna say that's my favorite because that was the first song of theirs that I heard, and I just I fell in love with it instantly.
Yeah. See, I love their logo. I love their logo. That's pretty cool with the thing.
Yeah, and it's cool how they do it. Where it's they have a thing going on where because they have the one in there in place of the I, and so their little slogan is the one is the key.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Funny, witty, smart young man.
I know Joe's has seen a cool. He saw Ghost. Didn't you see Ghost a couple times?
Yeah.
Now, that's another. I've never saw them. I've heard they're really good live too. They're another band.
Well, let me put it this way: if you've seen the live video that they did for Mariana Cross,
yeah,
that was actually filmed at the show we were at over in Tampa.
Oh, nice!
Wow.
Yeah, because if you look in the crowd shots and all that, because they were at the Yingling Center. In Tampa, you'll actually see the USF logos and stuff on the walls of the venue and all that. So yeah, they actually shot that video during that show, and it's funny because when you see some of the chicks dressed up as nuns and all that, and some of the shots in the video, it's we saw those chicks when we were going to the venue and all that. So, but yeah, I saw Ghost a few years ago. They said the show in Tampa, and then before that, when they opened for Maiden over in Tampa. So,
oh wow, they were Maiden. Oh man, I bet that was an awesome show.
Yeah,
because Maiden don't usually have an opening act. They don't usually.
No, they usually do. Yeah, they usually have opening acts and all that, except for the most of the past few tours they've had either Steve's daughter's band I forget what their name was and all that at the moment, or she might have been solo at the time. And then they've had his son's band, the Raven Age, for a couple of their tours and all that. And then last time in Tampa, they had Within Temptation with them, which was awesome because that was one of my bucket list bands that I hadn't seen yet.
Wow.
So that was phenomenal. And then Ghost was with them when we saw him the previous time in Tampa.
Wow. That was amazing. Yeah, because I think that Final Frontier, when the one me and Eric, I don't think they didn't have an opening band that one, did they?
Yeah, they did.
They did.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember who it was. Yeah, I probably would have to look it up. I know they had an opening act. I just don't recall who it was at the moment.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, give me a sec. I'll look that up.
I was thinking it wasn't Lamb of God because I saw Metallica.
No,
and Lamb of God was with them. I really enjoy. I remember them. But I was trying to remember if it was somebody. It wasn't nobody really big. I don't think. But.
Yeah, let me look it up here.
Yeah, guys, in the chat, guys, check out this band. Check them out. They're gonna be touring everywhere, but check them out. The new upcoming band, and that's the thing of this show. We're gonna start doing shows like this. I know Joe's hits a lot of tours, so we're gonna talk about some of his shows. If he goes in, you got any planned in the near future, Joe?
Nothing in the near future right now.
Okay.
The one show I really wanted to go to because one of my favorite bands that I wanted to see ad infinitum is opening for Camelot, and we saw Camelot back in September over in Orlando, and all that. Hold on, let me just look this up real. I'm trying to see who was their bloody opening act. I know they had one. Just hold on. Who was their opening act in the United States? Black Tide.
Is that who it was?
Yeah, it was Black Tide. I was like, yeah, no wonder I don't remember them because I don't.
I was like, if they did, I don't remember it. It was something I didn't remember. I was like, because if it had ghosts, I would have remembered them. But I just don't remember who. I was like, it's like, who the hell was it? I just could not remember. But yeah. Did we freeze up?
I don't know. Did we?
Okay, I think mine. I didn't know mine froze up. But well, I know we got Rockville coming up. I know I got a friend that's going to that. Joe's.
Yeah, got me back, and yeah, sorry about that, guys. No, but what I was saying with Camelot is that that was actually the last show we went to back in September. It was them. It was with them, Battle Beast in Exandria, and that was an absolutely phenomenal show. And the lead singer for Ad Infinitum, which I was talking about earlier, actually was performing with Camelot as their guest female singer, and all that. Melissa Bonney, who is absolutely freaking phenomenal. Got to meet her during the meet and greet and all that. She had just gotten married at the time too, so my wife and I gave her a wedding card and a wedding gift and everything like that for her and her husband, because she's married to the drummer from Amaranth and all that. But her actual band Ad Infinitum is opening for Camelot along with Hammerfall on their current leg of their North American tour, which just started. But when they come to Florida, they're playing over at Janus Live, which is a venue I absolutely refuse to go back to and all that, because they have like absolutely no facilities for disabled concert goers. Like my wife, because of her knee and all that, can't be, she can't do a standing room only thing, for 3 hours and all that. And Janus Live has like no handicap accessible seating, nothing. It's just basically, an outdoor courtyard and standing room only. And even though they have an area where they could do that at, they refuse to do it. And when we went to see Nightwish over there in, I think it was 2018, it was the first time we went over there. And Natalie was so miserable and all that because I think she had just had her knee surgery at the time and all that. And they wouldn't even make an accommodation for her and all that. And I don't even want to get into the incompetence of the will call staff or anything else like that, even before we went into the venue. But it was the first time that we ever left a Nightwish show early because Natalie was just in so much pain, we couldn't take it anymore. And all that. So about, a little over, an hour and 10 minutes into the show, we just had to bounce out of there. And we were like, yeah, we will never return to that venue ever again and all that. But unfortunately, that's where Camelot is playing for their homecoming show in Tampa and all that, even though there are much better venues in Tampa they can go to than Janus Live and all that. But, I have to miss out on seeing a band that I would really love to see because they're going to an absolute shit venue and all that. But yeah, I mean, if anybody who would want to go over there to see Camelot and all that, I would highly recommend it just for the band themselves. Plus, Hammerfall, we've seen them before. They're absolutely phenomenal. And if you've ever listened to any of Ad Infinitum's stuff, whether it be through their videos or their live videos that they put out and everything else, they are absolutely phenomenal. And it's going to be one banger of a show. It's just one that, unfortunately, because of the venue, I'm just going to have to take a hard pass on it.
Yeah. So I haven't been. Well, our last show we went to, me and Eric, was just that last show. Oh, I lost Ronnie. He'll be right back. We went to that. We saw, what was it? Alice Cooper and the Rob Zombie. Filter and Ministry. Well,
that was on my birthday last year.
Yeah, that was a really great show. Eric wasn't what he was getting to the point. He was getting really bad, and I was like, dude, right. I'm gonna carry you in there, man, if we have to, man, because I ain't gonna let you miss the show, man. And he had a good time. I was glad he got, because he had a really good time. He had a good, enjoyable time, and it's like one of the memories you'll keep with you. It's like a
right
show and stuff.
And that was his last concert before he passed, right?
That was
what? I would say, my brother, you went out with a banger of a show, man, because Alice Cooper is that dude is the man. And all that. His shows are phenomenal.
Yeah.
You cannot go wrong at an Alice Cooper show.
And Zombie was awesome too. I mean, it was like, I've never seen none of them, so it was like really good. I saw Filter a long, long time ago, but I mean, they were the minors, man. But In Ministry was not too bad. They were pretty good. But yeah, Alice Cooper, that was an amazing show. And I was glad, because I was like, he passed away like 3 weeks after that. So, I was like, at least, he got to do that last show. I was like, because he was about to, I ain't gonna be. I said, dude, I'm gonna carry you in there, man, if we have to, man. You're not gonna miss this, man. So, we was talking about a little bit. Ray and Ronnie was talking about Rockville's coming up here. Is it next month, Ronnie, or something?
Yep, in May.
Yeah, I know. I'm sort of scared. I'm still scared about that, because if I had got tickets, because it hasn't rained. It's like every year we haven't had no rain. And guess what? I guarantee you, 1st of May, it will rain every day, and then people are gonna lose out again, because they gave them a hard time getting the refunds last time when they.
I will not go back unless they move it back to November.
Yeah, that's what they should have.
Because it's too damn hot.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to, the track of their Daytona.
I've been to it, but I haven't.
Sitting in, if you went to like a race back in the day, and you sat in the stands, it was hotter than hell. Mm-hmm. Now imagine taking that and then being down on the track and surrounded by all the asphalt instead of sitting above it, and then plus add about 100,000 people on top of that.
Yeah.
I mean, oh Jesus, it was ridiculous. It's ridiculous hot.
Yeah, well, I don't even. Let me see. I'm sorry. We'll see.
And plus, the lineup the last couple of years has not been. I mean, granted, I was spoiled with the one I went to. I admit that. I mean, it's hard to live up to that show. Afterwards, but I mean, their headliners the last couple of years have not been great.
What's the headline? Let me see. They got it. Rockville. What's the lineup?
Yeah, no Priest is headlining one of the nights, if I remember right.
I believe so. Yes. I can't remember if that was this year or last year.
Yeah, I think it's this year, because I think it's their only Florida appearance on their current tour.
Okay.
And all that, because I know last year they were scheduled to do Orlando, that festival up in Orlando that ended up getting canceled because of the hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
It was either the hurricane or the weather. Some weather situation forced them to cancel it.
Okay, here it is. Let me see.
Because I couldn't remember. Last year it was supposed to be Judas Priest and Sabaton.
Here's your lineup this year. I don't know if they got it by days.
Motley Crue. Let me refer to Mike for that.
Motley Crue, Slipknot, Jelly Roll. Let's see what else we got here.
Who?
Disturbed, Limp Bizkit. I think Limp
Yeah.
Bizkit's Queens of the Stone
Yeah.
Age.
Any day that Limp Bizkit's one of your headliners, you know you have fallen far, far indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, you know your shit. You know your festival sucks if you're going for that crap.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, Judas Priest.
I mean, you figure 2 of their 4 headliners. You have Motley Crue and Limp Bizkit.
You got
your festival sucks.
Yeah.
Cypress Hill, Stone Temple Pilots, Primus, Sum 41. Why do you got Sum 41 in there? Okay. Anthrax, Skillet. That's the Christian band.
I mean, it seems like they're like pulling like a lot of acts from like the 80s and 90s to do this shit because they can't get anyone else.
Machine Head.
Oh, now there's the ultimate sign that your festival sucks. If you got fucking insane clown posse.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You got Living Color, so CM Punk will be there. Living Color.
Well, he's gonna be rehabbing his friggin' arm, so it's not like he's gonna be wrestling.
In Flames. I saw them in the past. They're pretty heavy. POD. Oh wow.
Exactly. It's like I said, you have a lot of nostalgia acts and people that haven't been relevant in 15, 20 years.
Look right here. Look here, Ronnie. Kitty. Remember Kitty?
I remember Kitty. Dude, it's not the same band no more.
They're not the same ones?
Oh, God. Well, I mean, the bassist died like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I want to say, and plus they had replaced, and Morgan quit.
Saliva.
I mean, so I don't think there's there's maybe like one original member. That's about it. I think it's the drummer.
Yeah. Mushroom Head.
So it's it's kind of like Pantera. It's Kitty in name only. It's not the same band.
Yeah.
Biohazards in there. Wow.
Exactly. Like I said, man, it's like they're getting
Soulfly. Well, they getting down in. Let's see. Alien Ant Farm. Drowning. That ain't the. But see, that's not the drowning pool we know. That's the.
Exactly. It'll never be the drowning pool we knew.
Well, no, of course the singer's dead, so it's like
Taproot. Let's see who we got else.
All right, now see there's one person I would pay to go see, Nita Strauss. The rest of it, I mean, like
yes, I would definitely pay
Nita. Nita Strauss is freaking phenomenal, and I can tell you, my brother is like the biggest Nita Strauss mark that there is, and all that. And I know she just did a show up in Pennsylvania that he went to for the second time. He did like the VIP for her and all that, and he's actually bought one of her guitars and all that, and I know the first meet and greet you took the guitar and everything, got her to sign it and all that. He did it the right way, where he had her sign the equipment plate on the back of it and all that, so he could take the plate off and put the special stuff on it to preserve the autograph and all that. And
oh, nice.
And the cool thing is that when everybody would bring guitars and all that for her to sign and shit, but when she would do the pictures for the meet and greet, she would only hold the guitars if it was actually her model and all that. So one of her model guitars. So it was cool. So my brother, got her to hold a guitar, play a few licks on it, everything like that. So
oh god.
But yeah, I mean, I've heard that she's absolutely phenomenal live, super sweet person to meet. Matter of fact, at the most recent meet and greet, because I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Becky Lynch's theme song is actually performed by Nita Strauss and all that. So
she did a WrestleMania a couple years ago.
Right, she played Nakamura to the ring.
Yes.
And all that. But like I said, Becky Lynch's actual theme song and the guitar work on that is Nita Strauss.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
My brother bought a chalk line Becky Lynch jacket and gave it to Nita as a gift and all that. And she was really impressed with it and all that. But like I said, a lot of people don't know that that guitar work on Becky Lynch's theme is Nita Strauss.
Orgies. Wow. Orgy, Taproot. bands that I didn't know they were still together. in here. Yeah, Soulfly. I didn't know they were still together. Yeah, I mean,
So does anybody know what's? Yeah, I was going to ask. Does anybody know what's been going on with that one band we talked to last time? What was it, White Collar? Are they still around, or have they split? Or
So they're on hiatus right now because Will moved out to Memphis, and he's playing in a band, Naked Gypsy Girls, right now.
oh, okay.
And JT still had JT still had 1 year of high school left, and then and Devin went out, and when Devin went to college out, oh god, where did he go? I think he went to Berkeley or somewhere around California. So one was doing college, and one still another year high school. So they're kind of on hiatus at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I still talk to Will on occasion. He posts stuff on Instagram, and we still chat every so often. I'm trying to get, I've talked to him about getting his new group out here on the show.
Yeah,
nice.
He was a really cool guy. I was hoping he would. I was always telling him I was hoping he would tour here, get to see him again.
Oh, I know. They were talking about it because he was originally talking about wanting to come down to Miami.
Yeah,
right. I remember that
college there. Yeah. Cool. Hopefully his career does good up there.
I mean, he looks like he's having a blast. I mean, the pictures I see from him from the shows and stuff he's doing. I mean, they're touring. They actually came down. God, I want to say it's like I think they came down to like Tallahassee or something, like right around Tallahassee area here, like last year. So they're actually he's touring with the new group. I see him playing. I see pictures and video clips from different cities and different states and stuff like that. So he's out doing stuff.
Cool.
And he's only gotten better.
Yeah, because I liked his. I love the videos he did. It was like really good quality videos for a new band and all that. So hopefully, and
especially for 17, 18-year-old kids. I mean, they did pretty darn good.
And he got on Rockville. I mean, he was able to get on Rockville. That was pretty good. Get on a major,
exactly.
Tour. So,
do you still have your hat tucked?
Yeah, I have it. I got it back there in the thing. I got it put away in back there. Let me see it somewhere here back here.
Yeah, I've got mine packed away in one of my hat cases.
Yeah, it's back there.
It's
I thought it was cool because they sent me a hat as well, and they sent my daughter because she was 16 at the time, so they sent her the 16 suite hoodie.
Oh,
nice.
Yep. Yeah, that was cool. We still got that live. I got that live on the channel somewhere. We got it.
I know. I actually looked that up here not long ago.
Yeah, Eric. I know Eric. I was trying to get Eric in it. He was sick that night. He wasn't able. It was me, you, Joe, and Devin came in there.
Yeah, Devin was on for a little bit.
Yeah. So it was a really cool thing and all that. So I was like, it was a good live, and I was surprised. Like I said, man, it was cool. This guy coming on our. I mean, we're just a little dinky little podcast here, and I was like, I know.
I was surprised. I was like, I know I had mentioned to you. It's like, well, hey, I'm talking to him on Facebook. So let me just make the offer and see what they say. And I sent the message off. I never expected to hear back from him. And then got things. I'm like, oh shit! It's like this. It's like this actually happened. And it's like, let's throw something together real quick because we need to capitalize before they change their mind and realize that we don't have 5 million followers and subscribers.
Oh, no, I wouldn't even monetize back then. I was like really really small.
Back then. Back then it was like
I didn't even have like 200 subscribers back then. When I was like, man.
I was about to say you put it at a very high number back then. There might have been more of us on the video than you had subscribers.
I was gonna say, I got a lot of international, but I didn't have even regular subscribers. Barely few. Hey, Dave, what's going on? It's good friend Dave from California there.
Hey, Dave.
Talk a little bit of
What's
rock
up?
and roll and wrestling and all kind of stuff. Traveling. He's a good friend from Miami there also. He started up his channel. He's been pretty good too on his channel. So he's doing all kinds of stuff.
I'm gonna talk to the band this Saturday.
Yeah.
And I'll
Have a good time.
maybe they're done with the tour. See if I get them to come on the show.
Yeah, if they want to. I mean, just see what happens, and at least get some good videos and clips from it, man. And when we do another show, we'll do your we'll interview you on how the show went. You know what I'm saying? You'll be the star, man. We're gonna be like, you were the roadie, man. You were the star. Well, and you let us know how it was.
Because they're very fan interactive with their shows and with their fans and everything like that. And because I'm part of they call their fans the Mad Hatter Army.
Nice.
And there's a community on Facebook that we've joined and everything like that. And, there's been people like posting every city. They started in Bisbee, Arizona, I think.
Is this it right here? I think they put it. ILikeAlice.com.
Yep, thank you again for posting that, David.
David's right on it, man.
David, he's been on the ball for that stuff. I appreciate that.
And he got the YouTube channel. If anybody is interested in checking it out.
Are you part of the Mad Hatter Army there, David?
He might be. If he's still here with us. Oh, my other friend David, he's like, Zach Wilson traded to the Broncos. He says,
I saw that earlier.
One terrible Wilson for another. Yeah, the Broncos suck, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. We ain't got into sports, but I definitely is a bad trade.
Oh God, yeah.
One bad one for another one. Okay. Y'all got to get another Elway or what's his name? You got the Broncos back in line.
Oh God, yeah.
That's surprising with that head coach over. He picked him. I wouldn't know. Who knows? I mean, maybe you'll make something of him, but I doubt it.
Probably not.
Now they're probably going quarterback in the draft. So
all the mocks are showing them trading up. I
have a bad feeling that all three of our teams might not make the playoffs next year because they already say the Bucs are not going to make the playoffs, and I'm like, well, we got some of our guys back, but I'm a little worried, and I don't know about the Giants, man. They're a little rough. Bills just got to get over that hump. That's the thing.
Well, I mean, the Giants need to get off the stupid friggin' we're gonna get a new quarterback in the draft. It's like get a damn receiver for the quarterback to throw to. You can't have a bunch of 5'7" slot receivers as your wide receiver one, and behind a shitty offensive line. Jones is not horrible. The poor son of a bitch has not had anything to protect him for the past 5 years. He has no one to throw to, and he's got no one to protect him. Yeah. It's no wonder the poor son of a bitch hasn't had to retire from injuries yet.
Yeah, it will come along, man. Football will be here before we know it, man. I know they already, like my son, they're already ready for spring ball and all that.
Yep.
And then I know college become this portal and all that, man. College football is going to be like all over the place this year. I don't know what's going to. I don't like. You like this portal thing, Joe? This new thing where you can just flip games.
Yeah.
It's just to me.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it personally, but I understand why they're doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, college football it's a business and all that, and now with the NIL stuff and all that, it's become all about the money. It's like the pros now.
Oh yeah.
And the only difference is that now you're playing at a lower level, and people, if they feel they can't get playing time where they're at, they're going to try to go where they can get playing time and all that. So it is what it is.
Is your team going to flip conferences? You think? You think y'all going to go to SEC or Big Ten?
Well, the latest update I saw in that, because the whole lawsuit thing is occurring in two different states, and in Florida today, the judge ordered FSU and the ACC to go to arbitration and all that to try to settle it. But
Clemson
they're still
too. Clemson part of it. They're part of it.
Well,
too.
Clemson's case is in South Carolina, I believe.
Yeah,
they're not part of the FSU case, and then of course there's the two cases where Florida State sued in Tallahassee and the ACC sued in North Carolina. So you got conflicting judges there and everything like that. But it's like whatever comes out of it, it's going to be years before anything happens. So
yeah, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be stuck in a mediation court for
we'll have to deal with
2-3 years minimum.
Stanford, SMU, and Cal for a few years for you. I say once one leaves, then they're all going to leave. It's just going to be all over the place. But who knows? I mean, they should have, if they should have made the ACC strong, they should have went for better teams. Now we're going to have to fly. Now we're going to have our teams have to go all the way to California for two teams. That's not great. They would have been better off to get Oregon State and Washington State than what they got. So I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? That deal. Dave said, what did he say? It's all. Have you seen the Deadpool Wolverine? Deadpool, the one today?
Yeah, I shared it earlier and all that because I'm like, no, that's a fucking trailer right there.
Yeah,
that trailer is badass.
Yeah, I was watching that earlier. I was watching the show.
At least we know it's going to be rated R. I mean, they sure.
Oh yes.
They said the F word like 3-4 times, and then enough arms got chopped off and blown off and all that. I was like, yeah, we're gonna get that.
Well,
rated R.
I mean, to get an R rating, all you need is 2 F-bombs. That's it.
Oh yeah,
yep.
yeah. Well, there was enough arms.
Doesn't take much nowadays.
There was enough arms chopped off and blood shooting everywhere. I was like, oh yeah, we got it.
Yeah, because I remember Kevin Smith. I'm watching a video where Kevin Smith explained it. He's like, you get for PG-13, you're allowed 1 F-bomb.
1 F-bomb. Yep.
But once you get 2, it's an automatic R. No matter what other content is in your movie and all that. Yeah, you could have like the cleanest movie that there is, but if you drop 2 F-bombs, it's an automatic R.
Well, yeah, and I love that he says, well, Kevin Feige says, we can't talk about cocaine. He had like a 2-minute thing. And I was like,
oh yeah, the whole thing, yeah.
I was like, it looks funny. It looks good. I mean, I was worried about the first trailer I saw, and I was like, oh my God. Because I saw that Deadpool 2, the one they tried to make a Christmas special, and they made it PG. And I'm thinking, God, if Disney does this to Deadpool, I'm done, man. I the last 2 or 3 Marvel movies have been so bad. I'm like, if they do this to Deadpool, I'm done with this.
Last 2 or 3. You need to up that number there a little bit, buddy.
Maybe 4 or 5. It's been bad. It hasn't been. I hadn't seen one. It's been since the Spider-Man movie's been the last movie, really good.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago.
Yeah. We said some really bad ones. Well, that's why when they do this Blade movie, they were talking about making it PG. I was like, no, don't make no Blade movie to PG-13 movie, or Ghost Rider or Dead.
That'd be making like Mortal Kombat PG-13. Oh wait, they did that. I forgot.
They did. What are you talking about?
I know.
And then they put a character, and it didn't mean it had nothing to do with the original story. Oh Lord, they ruined our movies, man. And we had a Star Wars movie so long because they just completely ruined that series and everything. So,
hey, but you got the nostalgia section coming up for Star Wars and all that. So, because I don't know if you've seen that, because I think they're doing 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace in theaters.
Oh Christ!
For like 2 weeks, and then I think it's the weekend of May the 4th. Some theaters are going to actually do the 9-film marathon and all that, and I'm like, God bless you for that one.
You have to literally spend all day in the free movie theater.
Well, after the last 3, they can just when they get to the Return of Jedi, we're done.
Well, no, I'm going to assume they're going to probably play them in order.
We can go.
Yeah, they're going to do them in order. So I would be like, all right. It's like, okay, I'll watch some of the first one. I'll nap through the second one.
I'll wake up for the Sith.
I'll wake up for Revenge of the Sith, the Holy Trilogy, and then I'm like, yeah, I'll see. Bye.
I'm out, man. It's like, you know what? I put in a good day.
Yeah, can we just do like that? With that, they go back. Looks like the Avengers. We go back in time and just erase that future. Can we just do that?
But of course, the true diehard fans, the true Star Wars diehards, of course, some of us have already done this and all that, are going to seek out the 4K 78, 4K 80, and 4K 83 projects. Already done it.
Yeah.
But if you're not familiar with what those are, there's a small group of fans actually went out and acquired 35 millimeter original theatrical prints of the original trilogy as it was released in the theaters. They did a reconditioning, or what they call it, remastering of it for 4K and all that.
Wow.
And they've released it on the internet if you know where to find it. And all that. So they are out there. And let me just put it this way, they're not hard to find.
I would imagine probably not.
It's like the Star Wars special. You have to find it where that's at.
Right, but I mean,
you can actually, you can see that there is, some visual of differences and stuff because of the quality of the film, because they actually went out and got actual a theatrical copy of it, the whole like 5, 6, 10 reels or whatever it is per film and all that. I mean, and these films are as they were originally aired in the theaters.
Wow.
And all that, respectively, back in 77, 1980, 1983. So it's like all the special edition bullshit is gone and all that. And especially with the original film, because a lot of people don't know that the original film, never had the episode 4, A New Hope. And there was some other stuff in it that was not actually in the original theatrical print and all that. But I mean, whoever put these together for it being a quote unquote amateur job of it, they did a phenomenal job with this project and all that. Favorite line from Star Wars. Ooh. Y'all want to take this one first, or?
Oh, dude. It'd probably be the last line from the last Star Wars movie, just because I knew that that sorry piece of shit was over. Oh God, let me see. Man, Dave, that's a poignant question you proposed there, my good man. have to think about that.
So yeah, favorite line from Star Wars. I don't know. Personally, I've always leaned towards the little mini speech that Vader gives when he's murdering Admiral Ozzel and promoting it of Captain Piet.
Yes,
and all that. He starts with that.
Captain.
Well, when he's like, you have failed me for the last time, Admiral. Captain Piet. And then he's sitting there and you see, Ozzel's getting strangled while Vader's just barking the orders and all that, and I'm like, that right there is so badass.
Oh, yeah.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Yeah, that one.
I was mentioning that. What do you think about this Acolyte thing coming out? Because Yoda's going to be it. So you think they're going to ruin Yoda now since they've ruined every other?
Well, gee, they've ruined everybody else. Why not him too?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I think that's probably the only reason they put it out is so they can. It's like, who have we not fucked with yet?
Yeah.
The little green guy. Let's screw him up now.
Yoda's going to be.
I mean, that's all it is.
Oh.
I mean, you've disgraced. They disgraced Boba Fett.
They'll probably.
They disgraced Kenobi.
They'll probably show Yoda giving birth to Grogu. Or
Grogu, yeah. He like knows who's going to die.
He's
Grogu hatching like a little egg in the corner or something.
Yoda's a male and a female. He's now giving birth to Grogu. I know that's something they'll try to do.
We will call Yoda from this point forward. Yoda is now known as Hermie.
Yeah. Yeah, just what he said. That's right. Exactly. You're like disturbing, very disturbing on that part.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord. Well, guys, this has been a hell of a show. I was
absolutely.
10 o'clock. We were doing this for an hour and 40 minutes, man. Just time
hour and 35. Who's counting?
Yeah. Well, the timer up the top, it's like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. When y'all came in, I guess I started a little bit earlier. Dave, I appreciate you coming in, brother. We gotta do some.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we definitely. When Ronnie gets this, he's going to the show. You going what? Is it Friday or Saturday night?
Saturday. Yeah, Thursday. No, I'm not going to be doing a show during the fucking week. Hey, that ain't happening. I'm too old for that.
We'll do it like next week. We'll plan something. Maybe next Monday. I mean, will you be? How many days you gonna be up there?
I'm just going to be up there for the show on Saturday. I'll probably come back on Sunday. So just 24-hour turnaround.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give you a little bit of rest. I ain't gonna. But maybe Monday or Tuesday of next week. I hit Joe's up and we'll talk about it. We'll see how it was.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe these people say, hey, they'll be like, hey, we'll come on the show.
I said, man, I'm gonna try to do some video, some pictures and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Now, there's any other bands gonna be playing too, or are they by themselves?
I know there's another band playing. I don't know who the lineup is.
Okay. Well, there might be some more cool bands up there. That's what I was telling you. Like Mindvirus here in town, they've been touring around the state and up in Georgia now. They've been getting like 5 or 6 different bands that have been touring.
Oh, nice.
So I mean, they might have 2 or 3 other bands. So you might find another couple diamonds in the rough in there you never knew of, man.
Well, I know they just got finished playing Dark Force Fest. I hear. I think like in Kansas City, maybe. I want to say somewhere in the Midwest. And I said they had a. And I saw the lineup, and the only one I'd heard of was Stabbing Westward.
Okay. Well, tell them, they say, hey, when y'all making your tours, say, come a little further south to,
Oh, no. Well, they've been to Gainesville before, like in 2019. So, like the year before I moved up here, they were here. So I'd asked her. I asked Sasha, I'm like, hey, you're going to come back to Gainesville? And they said they absolutely. So they loved coming here. They loved playing here, but. So they're doing the Fort Walton tour or the Fort Walton date on this tour, and they're playing some kind of festival in Tampa. And like there's like some kind of clause where they can't play any other shows in Florida because they're playing that show.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe in the future,
Say, like I said, so maybe next year.
Yeah, say, I know they ain't coming to Okeechobee, but we got a place called Port St. Lucie and Palm Beach.
I'm gonna tell them to stay the fuck away from Okeechobee. No offense, but
yeah,
play the rodeo
they might never leave.
Play the rodeo arena or something.
Play the Civic Center.
Civic Center, yeah, that's too small, man. You want to figure that? Oh man, but yeah, that sounds awesome, man. That sounds well. You definitely have a safe trip up there, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have fun, man. Have fun. Is your daughter
excited? I plan on having a little fun.
Your daughter excited about going up there, seeing them?
No, not at all. She might even go.
Really?
She's on the fence about it. She's had her taste in music. It goes all over the place.
Yeah.
And she listened to it. Some of their songs. She's like, I'm not sure how I feel about it. So she like some of their stuff's good, but some of it's kind of like, eh. So she's on the fence. She's on the fence if she wants to go or not.
She might change her mind about that.
I said she might. Like I said, still got a few days, so who knows?
Tell her Fort Walton's pretty too, man.
She's been up there. We have a friend that lives in Crestview, so.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say it's a beautiful beach and all that up there in that area. So.
Oh yeah, we've been to the beach.
Nice bars and nice clubs up there. It's really nice.
We ran up there to escape Irma a few years back.
Oh yeah. But awesome. Joe, man, I appreciate you coming in tonight, man. I was going to shout out your channel. Y'all got to get a channel so I can shout out your channels and stuff. You're home. You're here home with me, so you can be.
Well, hey, dude, the child just got a friggin' computer for a graduation gift, so maybe I might See what I can do.
Okay. There you go. There you go. Starting up, we do a Headbangers Ball 2.0 or 3.0, whatever. But guys, like I said, have a safe week, man.
Yeah,
we'll
you
try
too,
to do
my
this,
brother.
We'll
You
try
too,
to do
man.
this skit. We'll try to start doing. Maybe hopefully start doing this maybe every other week or weekly or something. Whatever, guys.
Like I said, man, my schedule's clear. So whenever you want to do a show, man, you give me a holler. I can be there.
I just had time today. I was like, man, I've been out there busting my ass in the yard doing yard work till like midnight all last week. And I said, we went to the beach Saturday and I had work Sunday. I feel like I didn't have a weekend off. So I was like, man, I'm just taking off today. I ain't doing no yard work today. So but I was like, man, we'll do some streaming. We're gonna do a little streaming tonight. So that's why I was hitting y'all up and have fun. And because it's right now, it's where I'm working. It's it's graduation list in 3 weeks. So every event, every awards night, everything. So I have to set up all this crap every day. So it's just been chaotic. You know how it is. And I got 2 of my boys in football now. So it's, having to run back and forth, taking them to practice and all that. So I ain't got time to do anything. So I was like, man,
I hear you, man.
Just stream and have fun.
I've been getting Khaleesi's TikTok channel going, so that takes up a lot of my time.
I don't do TikTok. That's all.
No, I don't either. Khaleesi does TikTok. I just have to film her.
Oh, okay. Hey, that gets popular, man. It's popular.
Oh, dude, trust me. Yeah, she is quite loved.
Awesome. Yeah, she was just on there a while ago, was she?
Well, dude, man, one of the last videos that she did, man, it got like 23,000 views.
Wow.
I'm like, all right, dog. I'm gonna start monetize your ass here pretty soon, and
the dogs
start paying for some of that food you're eating.
The dog's gonna be making money, man. The dog's gonna be making money.
Yeah, well.
But
well, anyway, I'm about to lose you, gentlemen, because my battery's about to die here and all that. So,
all right, Joe, man, it's good seeing you again, buddy.
Good to see you too, man. And always remember, life is too short to listen to bad music. I'm out, bros.
Exactly.
All right,
Later.
Peace,
Bye.
guys. That's an awesome man right there, man. He's got so many stories to tell.
I bet. Yeah, he does.
He's got, man, just the shows and all that. That's all I was telling him. One day we just get on here and you just tell us.
This is like a show. It's called Joe Stories.
I just sit back and listen, man. The Chronicles, man. Just listen on the stuff. Just like
exactly.
He's talking about the Kiss thing, and that's what Kiss was actually good to watch, back then and all that stuff. But Ronnie, man, I appreciate you coming in, brother. I know I got to go and get ready. The wife, she'll be here in a little bit. She'll be probably jumping my ass in. I did no work today, but I was take a break.
I hear you.
But have fun, man. Be safe and have fun, man. I can't wait. Hopefully, we'll get to talk to these guys, and maybe be like I said, you might be other bands up there too. So you might. Yeah,
we'll get something going.
You might have your own Headbangers Ball, man, going on.
Yeah.
But guys, I appreciate everybody came in tonight. There's quite a few in the chat. David, both Davids came in. My Traveling Dragon came in. LDG. Basco came in.
And also tell you what, man, if I can get the band on the show, I'll bring the whole community over with me.
Yeah, definitely.
There's like 30,000 people on that page, bro.
Hey, if you can,
and they are religious with watching their streams.
Awesome.
So if I get on the show, man, we're gonna have we'll have some heavy freaking traffic coming over.
Yeah, dude, definitely, because we're gonna be talking. Like I said, we're gonna talk, and a lot of people like rock, they like wrestling, they like stuff like that. We're gonna talk about it, man. That'd be awesome. Awesome, definitely. And I appreciate Dave. Like I said, here was the link in there again, guys. Anybody watch this in the future? He had their ilikealice.com. That's the community.
David, you are the man. Thank you for posting out for everybody, man. I appreciate that.
Dave is awesome, man. I met Dave on there's a couple shows. There's a guy named Snow W does puppet shows and stuff. He's funny as hell. He's like it's rated R puppet shows, and it's funny as hell. And he's one of their main mod. He's a mod. He's a Rich. He's just in the chat, helping her. And I mean, he's a mod and a couple others. So I was like, Dave, you got to come check me out. I said, man, you'll be able to help me out with mod when you ever come in. He is an awesome guy. He helps with links and all that. He's an awesome person. He lives in Minnesota. He's a really cool guy. The other Dave too. He's really cool too. Dave Quinta. He's from California. He's always helping me out too on the stuff. But yeah, Dave put that. He put the YouTube channel, and Juan put the where's it at? He put of the.
Oh yeah, the link for the Goldberg one.
The Goldberg. That was in.
Yep.
Anybody's looking for it? WCW Nitro, February 9th of
1998.
Goldberg versus Steven Regal. They were the. That's what I loved. I loved wrestling back then. That's what I'm saying. That's what I got to get back to. See, I was even showing that I had the old.
It's like I said, start watching, dude, because it's starting to get back to like it was.
You remember this? You remember these guys when it was on NXT? I mean, they got the Kevin Owens and all that. That's when NXT was good. I love that stuff. And it just fell apart. It just
because they took it away from Triple H.
Well, and you know what? Vince screwed Triple H because he fired all his guys. Because I know Triple H is like moving this guy up or this girl up. Next thing you know, they fire him. They send him off. They they release him. And Triple H.
And then as soon as Triple H got the chance, he hired them all back.
Yeah, he has. I noticed he's bringing a lot of people back that he had in that NXT because that was his baby and all that. So that's good. I'm glad it's getting back because I mean, I used to watch it and I just got to the point I just didn't enjoy watching it. So, but and then The Rock is helping him out too. That's good. I guess The Rock is helping Triple H. He's all for Triple H backing him, so that's a really good thing. But guys, we'll be back again. We're going to try to do this weekly. Hopefully, we can do this weekly. I can't promise what day, when, because we got crazy schedules. Ronnie's working, I'm working. We're doing all kind of crazy stuff. We got kids and all that, so we're not on a set schedule like, the ESPN or all these other shows. But
yeah, no kidding.
We actually have to go to real jobs. We can't just sit there and stream. I know those streamers, all they do is stream, right? That's their job.
Yeah, that must be nice.
Yeah, that must be nice. But yeah, we have to actually real jobs and have to do side jobs and all other kind of jobs, and all that. So we're going to try to get it back. And definitely after Ronnie goes to the show, we're going to definitely come back and a recap of all the excitement and stuff. He's going to have some videos and stuff. So definitely looking forward to that, guys. All right, guys, have a good night. Stay safe. Peace, guys. Let me send you out with something fun. What can I send you out with? Oh, look at it. I'll send you. I'm gonna send you out, guys, with this was our white collar intro thing when I made back in the day. So I'm gonna send that, and then I'll put a few other things.